All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this. I'm going to do a little bit of a review of the kettlebells that I have amassed and acquired. There's a lot of variation in my kettlebells, but variously, and I'm going to get to the sizes here in a second, but I want to start with where I started off with finding kettlebells. And my first set of kettlebells were these. You can see that they've had a lot of wear and tear. These were Body Solid, or our Body Solid kettlebells. And these are a good kettlebell. You're not going to have, you're not, Body Solid makes a really good product. My problem with their kettlebells is twofold. One, it's got this candy coat finish that I don't like. I've got a 35-pound version of this. I don't like it because it actually rips up my calluses a lot. So I'm not a fan of it. I use these because, you know, I can get them relatively inexpensively and locally, but quite honestly, they're not my favorite, and I don't use these to work out much anymore. I might take this is a 20 pounder, and I might take this for a walk around the park if 35s are too much. Yeah, it is what it is. They're not bad. So I started with those, and then M Body Strength was a Marcus Martinez showcased these, and they came up with their own kettlebells, which are these 16s. I got a pair of 16s, and then I got a 24 here. I like these. These are great. They feel really good on the hand. You know, you can start to see, I've had these for probably about 4 or 5 years now. It's been longer than that. It's got to be. But you can start to see that I've starting to get some wear and tear on them. The paint is starting to come off, but it's not like a chipped candy coat finish like these were. The other thing that's going on is this is probably not a true 16 kilo. It's probably just a hair heavier when you weigh them in. These two are pretty evenly weighted. This 24 here, when I put it on the scale, is truly a 55 though. So that makes a difference. The next kettlebell I got, I moved up to this 32. And there's a couple reasons, and I'm going to showcase it in another video when I'm just going to do about 50 swings here in a little bit. But I like this bell for two-handed swings. It's a good bell. It's nice. It does have a good feel on it. The coating is different than these, whereas this feels like a smooth coating. It's really just it's a nice paint over iron. This has a little bit more grip and a little bit more texture. When I was doing, I think it was with this, I was doing a challenge and doing high reps. This would take some chalk. The problem is it wouldn't take enough chalk, and I would end up with too much chalk on my hands, ripping my calluses off again. So this is a good bell. I like it for, like I said, two-handed swings, more for cardio and conditioning than anything else. That leads me to my next set of bells, which are my Kettlebell Kings. So I've got a 24 and a pair of 20s. This is my current working bells. I like these 20s to do most of my strength training work right now. So everything I'm doing with Genesis right now, I'm using this for my quote-unquote light days. And then I'm going to use these two, the 24 and this sort of 24, for my heavy days, which comes up this Wednesday. So the light ones come out really good with this. The heavy ones are going to come out good. I'm just going to have to alternate back and forth between left and right hands to switch up. But I really like the Kettlebell Kings. The grip feels different. I mean, whereas this has got a little bit of a smoothness. This has a lot more grip to it, but yet it's
0 miles in 20 minutes. Lap time 10 minutes. Average heart rate 89.
So again, this here has a nice grip to it, but it's smooth. Whereas this grip here, you've got more to it. There's more texture, but there's not so much texture like the Perform Better here, where you can really feel it on your hands. This is a lot smoother, but yet there's still something I suspect for chalk. I have not used chalk on these bells. Again, I had a bad experience with chalk and couldn't practice for several weeks after losing my calluses trying to do this one for high reps. So one other thing that I have used, this would not be something that you could use for like a test. Chalk is allowed for a lot of these kettlebell testing, but I like these. These are actually grips you can get. This is specifically for gymnastics, and you can cut the holes out to fit your fingers for however big you are. I've got another set that were specifically for lifting grips, so you don't destroy your hands. But they just weren't as good. And I'll do another review going over that, why I like to use those. But for today, I'm going to do a double kettlebell swing with this guy here. I like doubles largely because my goal is to keep uniform and not knock myself out of adjustment, which is another story for another day. All right, hope you enjoyed this review. Again, my personal favorite and what I'm going with right now these days are going to be the Kettlebell Kings. By and large, my favorite bells right now. You can see the variations between the 24s as far as height-wise goes here. So yes, there will be another 24 in my future when I break down and do that. These are no longer available, but if you can find a pair of M-Body kettlebells, grab them. They're totally awesome bells. Perform Better is a nice middle. Again, if I had my druthers, I would have M-Bodies and Kettlebell Kings all the way around. But you won't go wrong with Perform Better if that's what you've got. Thank you much. This is Frederick Sugar for Keto Kettlebell. I'll get all that stuff straight one of these days. Hey, thank you much for watching.